But that's why I am here, because I want to talk about it and I want to tell you it's normal, it's okay. You're not weird for not having a relationship if you're in your 20s. I hope you're comfortable right now, and if not, I hope you get comfortable, because today we're gonna talk about, drum rolls please, boys. And let me tell you, I am not an expert in this topic, okay? As you know, I've never been into a relationship, but I want this talk to be more of like a friendly, chatty, girly talk, sisterhood, girlhood. You know what I mean. And I ask you a lot of things on Instagram so that you could give me some ideas on what should I talk about on this video. And I got a bunch. So we're gonna get started right now. The first thing that I want to say to you, if you're like me, like in the same situation that I am, where you compare yourself a lot with a lot of girls online, or maybe your friends from school are married or with kids and stuff like that, stop. That's the first thing. You need to stop. You need to stop comparing yourself. You need to stop looking at the Instagram pictures, the TikTok videos of like relationships and stuff like that, because you are on your own timeline. Just think about it. One thing that helps me a lot is to only think about me and only think about my life in general, like the timeline of my life. I struggled with a mental health illness for a long time, for a long time. And I had to learn how to love myself before letting someone else love me. Why? Because if I wouldn't have gone through what I went through, I think that I would have valued the love of someone else so much more than my own self-love. You know what I mean? And that's not a thing. Like, I shouldn't feel like my self-worth is based on how much someone else love me or think I'm beautiful or treat me or something like that, you know? Actually, very glad that I took some time for me. I'm actually very glad that I took some years, a lot of years, to learn how to love myself better and learn how to be better, spend time with myself, spend time alone, learn how to be alone, all of that. So don't you worry. Also, you're not alone. There's a bunch of girls out there that are in the same position, including me, of like not even having a little relationship and having zero experience. But that's why I am here, because I want to talk about it and I want to tell you it's normal, it's okay. You're not weird for not having a relationship if you're in your 20s. And I love you so much, and you should learn how to love yourself first, and that's okay. Like, that's completely fine. I still struggle with comparison, even if I come here and I tell you, hey, please do not compare yourself and like love yourself and be on your own timeline and you're okay and whatever. I do still struggle because I'm a human, you know? And all my friends from Colombia, they're all married. Like, literally, well, like not all of them, but like majority are married or like expecting kids or having a bunch of relationships, and I feel like I'm the one behind and I'm the one that has not been able to experience all of that. And yeah, it sucks. It truly sucks. But you know what? We're gonna not look at that. Stop looking at the Instagram pictures again. Stop comparing ourselves, our lives, and actually focus on our life, like my life. Right now, when I think about it, I have gone through a lot. And I'm super proud of myself. And I'm super happy that I am now in this position where I don't feel the need to beg for love, change who I am because of someone else. And everything, it's because of what I have learned, because of the lessons that I have learned, because of everything that I have gone through. And it's the same for you. And just think about it. I have everything in here, so I'm so sorry if I'm looking at my phone, but like I had to write all my ideas and like make a little script of what I was gonna talk about, so I hope you don't mind. But I also wrote in here that even sometimes when you see other people like getting married very soon, and I'm not saying everyone is this way, like everyone that marries too soon or like before their 20s are gonna get a divorce after a couple of years. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that some people just rush through relationships because they want things now and they don't care about connection. They don't care about long-term relationships. They care about like getting there first, you know, being the first one to get married, being the first one to get a house or having kids or stuff like that. But then long-term they get divorced and it's not really good for their mental health either. You know what I mean? So if you compare your timeline with someone else, it's not gonna match because everyone is different. And again, it's not everyone, because my parents, they got married very soon, and actually my mom's first boyfriend was my dad, which is incredible. I just feel like I want that type of love, and I know that it's not gonna be the same because they met each other when they were like in middle school. Now they're still together, which is incredible. They have been together for I think 43 years already. They spent as girlfriend and boyfriend 11 years. 11 years, like just think about that for a second. 11 years with a person just in a relationship, not getting married. That's incredible. Then they got married, they had my brother, they had me, and they're in a good place right now, I feel like. That's not the case for everyone. Some people get married after a couple of years, like maybe in their 30s, and they're still together after 20 years or 30 years. It's just like everyone's life is so different. It's a waste of time and energy for you and me to be comparing our life with someone else, our romantic relationships with someone else. So let's stop doing that. So that's the first thing that I wanted to say. Next thing, I found this quote that I absolutely loved and I wanted to share with you. The loneliness you will ever be is feeling unseen in a relationship, which is a lot. Okay, because when you think about loneliness, you will think like, oh, loneliness is just not having a boyfriend or not having a friend, whatever. What if you do have that boyfriend, you do have those friends, but you feel like an outsider? You feel like you're not getting anything out of those relationships. That's not what we want, right? Now we're going straight into first dates. I'm gonna tell you my experience with it so far. Last year, I started going on dates. I think the first date that I went to was to a Mexican place. We went for some tacos and I was extremely nervous because it was my first date ever, like in my entire life. And of course, I was extremely nervous, but I decided to go. I decided to do it for the plot. I went and I had a great time, actually. All my fears were left behind when I was sitting at the table just talking to this guy, because the conversation just kept flowing, and that's one of the questions that you guys asked me about, how to keep the conversation flowing. Honestly, it doesn't have to be forced. It doesn't have to feel forced. It's as simple as taking it as another friend. Just think about talking to a friend. You're gonna be okay. You're not gonna run out of conversation because there's always something else to talk about, even if it's how good the food is or what's your favorite food. I do not like tacos, for example. I love tacos, but I'm saying an example, okay? So I don't like tacos. I like Mexican. No. What the heck am I saying? I don't like tacos. I like, let's say, Italian food. Oh yeah, I've been to this place that is like in downtown, and I love this place that has like an amazing pasta, and then you tell an experience about the pasta. It doesn't have to feel forced, and he most likely will follow your conversation and also try to make some contribution to the conversation. But if it's not the case, then you will know that maybe this is not what I want. If you feel uncomfortable, maybe that's not who you want to be with. You know, you have to feel comfortable enough to be talking about the topics that you want to talk about. You have to feel comfortable enough to be feeling like you can express yourself and also not feeling bored throughout the conversation and stuff. I think that's very important, because think about it. And I'm saying this to the girls that are actually dating to get into a long-term relationship. You want to be with someone that you can feel comfortable with and that you feel like he's a friend and you can count on when you're feeling down, when you're feeling good, like in every situation, you know what I mean? If it feels forced, imagine in the future how it's gonna feel. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. That's one thing that I wanted to tell you, but I was talking about actually my experience. So the first one, he was okay. I really enjoyed talking to him. We had a great time. We ate some tacos. We walked for a little bit. We had a lot of things in common. But then like a week later, I want to say, he posted a Instagram story with a half naked woman in a motorcycle, in his motorcycle, and that just threw me off like completely. I was like, who is this woman? Why are you taking pictures of her? Why is she in your motorcycle like this? Because she was almost naked, literally almost naked. So I decided to just leave that behind. I was like, this guy, maybe he's not for me. Like, I don't think so. I don't like this. And if I don't like it, then I'm not gonna keep going. That was the first one. The second one actually made me super self-conscious because we talked for a while on a Snapchat and stuff. And then when we met each other at another Mexican place, we talked and it was like everything was fine. I feel like everything was fine until he got like a little red flag that I could spot, which was that he didn't have a driver's license or a car because he's got removed for I don't know how long, but he couldn't drive basically because he had many tickets. That for me is a red flag, like instantly. Like, why are we having so many tickets? Are you maybe having DUIs? Maybe that's a big red flag to me. So even if I already knew that I wanted to keep going with my life and not continue with this guy, after the date he deleted me from Hinge and from my phone, like from texting. I think he blocked me, or I don't know what happened in there, in a Snapchat, I think so. So of course my self-confidence went to the freaking floor because I started overthinking about what I did, what I said, how I looked in the date because of him, because of a man. Like, now that I think about it, it's just like, why did I get so upset? But I did. And I really thought that I was not gonna date anymore. I was just like, I'm done with this, because I got super insecure about it and I got super, I don't know, self-conscious about it. But if this happens to you, don't take it to the wrong side of your brain. Nope. He's not for you. And if he doesn't value you, bad for him. Like, okay, you keep going with your life. You're gonna find the man that is gonna love you for who you are, everything that you talk about and everything that you express within yourself, and it's gonna be okay. Like, he doesn't deserve you. That's everything. That's what I would tell Dani from last year that was feeling like crap after that date. Anyways, next one. This guy, he had a big ego, like very big. I'm not gonna say anymore. Just a very big ego. So didn't like him. Next one. This guy, he was very cute. I went to a couple of dates with him and I really like him, but I don't know. I think I saw him more as a friend than as something else. I didn't keep going with him. We still talk to this day and I think that he is a very good friend and I love being with him and stuff and love spending time with him, but I don't know. I just didn't see myself with him long term in a serious relationship. That's everything. The previous to the one that I'm dating right now, we went for like 2 days and I'm not gonna lie to you, the first date I felt very good. We went for sushi, it was amazing, but then the second date I got the ick. And I don't know why, but he just keeps saying one word multiple times, and every single time that he will say the word, I'll get the ick. I'll be like, can you please not? And I don't know, this is me problem, okay? But again, I don't see myself in the future with him. Decided to just stop because I didn't want to like lose his time and lose my time. And the last one that I've been dating, he's been very sweet. I literally just thought about doing this because I just came back from a date. We went to the farmer's market and we went for some coffee. He was very sweet and we've been talking to each other for I think 2 months already, and it's been good. I'm not saying I'm gonna marry this guy, of course, because it's too soon to say that, but I really like him as a person, and even if we don't get to be like in a relationship and stuff, I would really like to like keep talking to him because I feel like very good when I'm with him. Like, I feel confident and I feel good and I don't feel uncomfortable. Like, I like him. Okay, so far those are my experience. He literally just texted me, thank you for the coffee, I love our time together. Okay. Anyway, I ask you guys if you had like red flags in a relationship or like first date, and you respond. And this is kind of funny and I want to actually read your responses. Someone said the side eyes. I don't understand, but like doing like this or what? Next one. He told me I was exactly like he told me I was exactly like his ex. It was meant as a compliment. Oh, heck no. Why would you do that? Oh my gosh. Sometimes, man, I don't... Why? I'm so sorry you had to experience that. Oh my gosh. Disrespect, absolutely. If someone is disrespecting me, or like, let's say a server or someone else around us, that's a huge red flag to me as well. If he says, yo... That's a good one. Talking about how he cried over his ex. Okay. When he orders salad. You guys are funny. Oh my gosh. 5 out of 5 dates with the guy, he spoke about this girl best friend. Okay. Doesn't hold the door? Absolutely. I want a gentleman. And I think on first dates, it's even more like, even guys, you need to be aware. Like if you're a guy and it's a first date, it's like a first impression of who you are. And I think it's very important to like do that. If the guy keeps on making you only talk about yourself and not talking about him at all, that's very true. Like, I want to know about him. Yeah, that's very true. If he has a nose ring, if he only talks about himself, if he chews with his mouth open. I agree with all of them, to be honest. If he wears his pants low so you can see his boxers. That's a nick. That's actually a nick. And yeah, a red flag as well. I agree. One guy was literally touching my butt the whole day, so then I ghosted him after that day. Girl, you're better than me because I would have slapped him. What the heck? You're better than me. That's actually super disrespectful. When he doesn't understand or even try to understand that mental problems are serious, I do agree. When he started like laughing about it or like talking about it in a bad way of people that have mental health issues, that's a big red flag. When he judged me what I eat, absolutely. The second a guy brings up his passion for investing, I am out of the door. That's so funny. That's so funny. Uses language like, fuck, little did he know I have a brother who's gay. Oh my, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I just cannot with people. I have had good dates. If you guys have had really bad dates, I'm so sorry. The entire time he was talking about one topping, something he likes, and I try to change it, but he wouldn't. Like, he doesn't allow you to talk? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. How they talk to service staff? Absolutely. I'll have to say, when they don't offer to pay, that's totally not a date if you're paying. Absolutely. That's one. Actually, the last thing that I wanted to say for this video was the tips that I will give you, and also the tips that I found online, because I was super nervous on my first date and I had to look up tips for first dates. And that's one of the things. He has to pay for that date. Yes, he does. He's gonna pay for that date. Okay. And I saw one guy saying something about it, being like, bro, like him talking on TikTok to other guys and being like, you better pay for that first date. You know why? Because this girl and most girls need to do their makeup, need to like get themselves together, put some like lotion, well, like whatever. They spend a lot of time just to go on a date with you, and you're gonna allow them to also pay for the date? Absolutely not. He is the one paying. Okay, that's one of the tips that I can give you. And all of them so far, all of the guys that I have dated, everyone has been paying for the first date and second date as well. My first date is now my husband to be. I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. So happy for you. That's amazing. Next one, talking badly about their family, specifically their mom. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, the first date. The guy that I told you about, he had anger issues and he was doing something, like he did something to his mom out of revenge and something. I was just like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And that's a big red flag. I do agree. When they ask your body count on the first date. Excuse me? Next one, I agree 100%, bad smell. And I will add to that, bad breath. Like, dude, you're going to a first date. At least, please make sure you're having a good breath. Please. If he's mean to service co-workers or workers, yes. Oh my gosh, a lot of you guys said that. Like, if he's mean to workers. And I completely agree. I'm always looking for that. When you're the only one keeping the conversation going, yep. Comments on body or food, absolutely. He doesn't like animals, absolutely. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. He doesn't believe in God. I wouldn't say it's like a red flag, but I would say like it could be a deal breaker for like a lot of people. And to be honest, for me as well. Don't ask me why, but yeah. He spit in the street. Oh my gosh. And in front of you? No. Told me he was arrested for stalking? The audacity to tell you about it? Why? I'm wondering what he thought you were gonna say. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, cool. he can come up with things to talk about, so you're having to create conversation starters. I hate that. I don't think I have had a date like that. I think they have all been like keeping it going, like keeping the conversation flowing, but that will suck. I think I will leave. They comment on how much you eat, and an egg they can't use cutlery correctly. That's funny. If he forces his voice deeper, why? Oh, here's another one. When all he talks about is his mom. That's the opposite, okay? We need a balance. We need a good balance of like, I'm respectful to my mom, but I'm not like obsessed with my mom, you know? Guy only talking about himself, but not asking anything about myself. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. If they genuinely eat or like McDonald's McRib. Oh my god. Rude to the waiter. Yeah. That he compares you to their ex. Only talks about how much he can live in the gym. Oh my gosh, no, absolutely not. I saw a guy on Hinge. He put on his little profile, you are my type if you're blonde and you're into fitness. And I was like, okay. And I saw a girl on TikTok saying like, do you want a girlfriend or you want a gym bra? Because I'm not a gym bra. And I was like, yes, girl, agree. Save, reshare, everything. Guy once ordered a fishbowl of sangria just for himself. Car smells like wheat. Oh my god, absolutely not. I'll literally run. I will run. One of you sent me like actually a story, so I'm gonna read it to you guys. Bad first days stories of mine. The first one, a guy I met on an app. We met up in a bar. He talked non-stop, didn't let me say anything, and worst of all is that his topic of conversation was World War II, torture camps, and how he loved visiting every year, and his dream was to take his girlfriend one day. Not for me, thank you. We did not have a second date. Second, a guy sneezed in his hand and then went to touch my hand on a first date. I wriggled away and went home early. Third one, red flag for me was a guy who didn't drive, lived with his parents, and asked his mom for money to pay for our drinks on the date. Okay, I literally love reading you guys' responses. I wish this was longer, but honestly, besties, I have 2 minutes, around 2 minutes of my camera memory, like my memory camera left. So we're gonna do this real quick. Tips for first dates. These are my tips and the tips that I found, okay? First one, do not settle. No scarcity mindset. Being alone is better than being with the wrong person. And this is kind of like a reminder for you. Next one, safety. It had to be a public place for a first date. Sending location to people around you, like family or friends. No leaving your drink. Even if you go to the restroom, you drink it all or you don't drink it anymore, but you do not leave the drink alone and you leave and then you come back and you drink it, okay? You don't do that. Next one, no picking you up. Okay, first date, you don't want him to know where you live. It's just a first date, so he's a stranger. Okay, think about it that way. He's a stranger. Next one, again, he doesn't owe your body because he took you out. So the body touching, no, there's no way. It's a date. He's a stranger. Next one, he pays, of course. Next one, please do not ignore red flags because they can come back to you in the future. Don't ignore them. Okay, even if you want to, even if he's way too cute, I don't care. And last one, nervous about him not liking you. No, bestie, you're gonna get nervous about you not liking him because this is long term. You have to be the one accepting him and liking him, not the other way around. Okay, don't be nervous about him not liking you. You're yourself. You're gonna be yourself. You're gonna act like yourself. You're gonna dress like you want to. And if he doesn't like you, bad for him. And also for the future, also remember that you're also dating his family, so make sure they're good people and sane. Spending time with you shouldn't feel like a chore to him. If he would rather have drinks with his buddies, let him do whatever and you do you. You find someone that prioritize you. Anyways, that is all. I love you so much. I love doing this episode and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope we can chat more later about any other topic. Leave topics below. I love you so much. You deserve all the love. I love you so much.